All right, everybody, welcome. Monday, Tales from the Flipside, 264, full crew tonight. Maybe we have a special guest come on who says he always comes on but never comes on. So, Marvel DC News, market report, I got a pickup. Not your common pickup that I usually grab. And everybody's here. So, here we go. We're going to do this. Let's roll it out. As always.
So Dino, you got a little different angle than normal. Am I seeing the red jacket hanging out over the doorway?
I got the red jacket back here, dude. I got the chain on and everything.
I didn't know if it was just chilling, just to taunt us.
I hang it on for like special occasions, resumes, interviews.
Yeah,
all that kind of shit. Bro.
The big stuff.
I can't. I got to keep it like on a hanger. You never know.
Keep the power back there.
Yeah. People just got to know it's back there.
Nice.
I used to have it hanging on this side, and I just started moving it because I was just bumping it all the time.
No, I like it poking out there, just giving us a little vibe.
Yeah, the chain's on the thing too.
Yeah.
And the plastic shelves. I had the same ones because everybody's had the same ones. They looked like they had started to bow. So when I moved, I threw them in the garage, and I got metal ones.
Yeah, see, mine bow a little bit, but it's not terrible. Like, I mean, when you start putting the shelves on, like, I thought about getting metal ones, but I can't stack them high. Like this one over here, I stack like 5 high, so it's like it's barely at the top. It just, I like them. I mean, if they break finally, it's not like it's gonna hurt anything theoretically. But I've had them for
keep the heavy shit to the sides.
Sides, right? Yeah. I don't know, dude. I've had them for a long time. I mean, they've served me decently. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll work.
I gotta find something that's less eyesore. I think.
What do you mean?
On books and shelves, like get rid of the.
So
I'm trying to get under like I don't know. I got a dozen short boxes right now. I'd like to get up to 6 or 8, but maybe not have them white cardboard fucking short boxes. Metal shelves.
I sold the 3 boxes last week to that dude, so I'm only down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes. I'm down to, I think.
Jesus Christ, you lucky bastard!
Yeah. I've always had a small collection. People always tell me like, "Oh, do you know your collection must be massive." Like people who like come up to us like at cons and stuff. I'm like, "No, dude."
Dude, I got twice that and just trash in the garage. Right? That's not including what you can see.
Yeah,
I've got the BCW box like
storage boxes,
sliding boxes, the cardboard ones, and they work great. You stack them 5 high, 6 5 high, but I've got it. The whole closet is with that. So I'm mostly good.
I've seen the black ones. I don't know. I kind of want something that almost doesn't look like comics, but I don't know what that is.
Oh, you mean the actual boxes? Like you mean I thought you were talking about color of shelves.
Oh, I've seen this
shelves and I want boxes.
I've seen this guy. Yeah. He's done it like this, where he has like a cabinet style, where like pulls out.
I've toyed with it, but man, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, I definitely don't, and I don't really let people in here. Yeah. I just have like the back behind me kind of visible for shows.
Yeah.
Well,
there's no room in here for anybody, and this is not really a small room.
Well, I was talking to Dino, and we're trying to figure out like this basement is finally getting to the point where the kids are past like Legos fucking everywhere and everything, and I want to hang out my art. So we're like, maybe we need to convert this into a usable space. So I'm trying to think, how do I turn this mess of comics into a usable space and not look like a
the problem with me is like when you start getting into like these stuff where like it's cool and it's like in a wall and it's like, but like if you want to go to a show, you gotta grab all this shit and put it in a box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is cool though. Somebody made like a bump out on a wall and then made the thing go into the wall, so it's like part of the wall. But good luck trying to sell that.
No, that's very fancy.
Yeah, that's really fancy.
As somebody who is actively looking to buy a home, I'm starting to realize more and more that like very specific modifications to your home are really only fucking for you and that one other person who might like that thing.
So this is another good thing too. The IKEA, I used to have the IKEA one in the back where you can just like shove it all in there, and it's like like you said, you can do different things, and it has the Kelloggs, but it has all the storage bins in it. They fit a short box, not a long box, obviously.
No, I've had those. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Oh boy. I mean, I used so for this I used vinyl siding holders, and you can get the thicker ones. I got the thinner ones because this was during COVID. I didn't have the thicker ones, but you can fit like golden age slabs in there too, where they're like inch or 2 inch maybe. These are like 1.25 inches or something, so they can't fit goldens because they're too thick. But,
I've realized I never actually display books other than I'll have 1 or 2 sitting up there because I'm like, if I've got a really cool book, I don't want it on my wall because I think that somebody's gonna bust it and steal it.
Yeah, like, I'll display. These are like Motu good looking stuff, and like
that's where I'm at.
Those are picture shelves, so those are only like that deep.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I know they're still cluttered. I need to redo it. At my old house, the office was close. The wall was closer behind me, so you could actually almost make out. I'm sure you can pick a couple of them out you could see in that house like what was actually there because the wall.
Yeah, I mean, if you blow it up, you can actually.
You could see more shit. So this is just kind of whatever, and it's way too annoyingly cluttered right now just because I've been lazy. But and then I was like, all right, I bought the picture shelves. Why didn't I buy like actual shelves? And then I started thinking to myself, how cluttered are those like 3-4 inch deep picture shelves? What if you had like 12, 14 inch deep shelves?
You'd have kind of shit
would be up there, and it'd then become storage instead of
display,
which is almost what it is now.
You'd have
it's a mini table.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad, dude. Less space. Yeah. The less space. I put more tables for functionality that are on both sides of me. It's kind of weird because I've got space for the closet. I got space over here is the press, and then I've got tables underneath the windows. You can kind of see, which I use just more for the pressing stuff. Same as the one behind me. I'll tell you what. The more tables you put somewhere, the less place you find for shit.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden it's just sitting on a fucking table and you don't notice that it's sitting there anymore and it doesn't get put away. No. So that could be just me, but I'm always doing it, especially because I deal with other people's packages, like pressing and stuff like that. And I normally will send your shit back unless you it's a flat rate box, it gets destroyed or something. I send it, give me a good box, send it back in a box. So I got weird shit sitting there. Yeah, God. I mean, I have a system for it. Like that part's not like clutter, but there's always just going to be like random shit that would look like trash to other people. That's not trash.
I mean, my side over here, I got like my work shit over on this table, and then this I got the podcast table obviously, and all I have is racks. So I don't have any other table, so can't put shit.
There you go, dude.
I was like, fuck you, dude. I'm not playing that game.
Oh, I just sell shit. Like the second I start feeling a little claustrophobic, I'm just like, cool. This box of 25 or 30 slabs, you going out the fucking door.
You're out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm good about that with slabs, and I should be better about it with the other shit though.
Right. Yeah. My wife's like, why are you worried about it looking classy when you have this fucking monstrosity hanging next to you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like fucking 4x6.
Another thing about organizing your freaking comics, like once you get everything all perfect, then you buy more shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like it's not in your alphabetical like whatever anymore unless you're like super anal and diligent. And I'll be honest, I'm not when it comes to that on my own stuff.
Same.
You know what I mean? So
I see every old man on Facebook. It's like today's to go through the boxes and organize. I'm like, I don't have time to roll on a Sunday and be like all day and be like, I'm gonna go through my boxes.
I took over the living room for a week.
Yeah, I mean, my situation got a lot easier because like there was the stuff when I had an active pull list and was pulling like 20 books a month or something like that.
Yeah, and
I was like, I would read them and then they would go in the order that they were supposed to go. I've moved a couple of times in the last couple of years, so it's easy for me to like make sure shit's the way it's supposed to be organized. So I keep boxes of stuff that's like clearly not worth shit, and it's just like the most recent run of XMen that I was reading or whatever comic. And then there's the box of things that could be worth something / things that need to be sent off and things that need to be sent in CGC. And so there's always at least 2 boxes of stuff that's like that short box wise that's sitting on a table. And I just go flipping through it being like, oh, I need to put 25 together. What do I have to fill the gaps that isn't like, because a lot of my buying is like, these are things that I'm going to grade and they are not going to be on my desk for more than a month. So it's like I have and you guys have seen it before. Like I'll bring it on the show and be like, oh, this book. The reason they're so easy for me to pull is because I actively am putting a stack together. And once they hit 25 or 50, out the fucking door it goes to CGC. It gets graded. It gets posted. It gets sold. And then we're working on the next 25 or 50.
Yeah.
Smart way to do it.
That's what I got on the floor down here.
Smart way to do it.
Let's get on to the old news. Not much this week, but that's okay. Paul Dano and Colin Farrell officially signed to return for Batman, the Batman Part 2. I mean, we all know Penguin and all that stuff, so I mean, shouldn't be a big.
I wasn't sure we were going to see Paul Dano again.
You didn't think so?
He's right. No, he's definitely. They're no longer making those old mistakes of let's kill off the Batman villain in every fucking movie. Like, we're going to ultimately, as long as this Matt Reeves universe lasts, we're going to see the Rogues Gallery actually play out as Rogues Gallery, because I mean they're giving people their own standalone, at least for a time, HBO Max series and shit like that. So yeah, I just feel like those characters are just going to constantly every couple of years, or even cameos when he goes to Arkham Asylum, we're going to see those characters pop up pretty regularly.
And to be honest, Paul Dano's just not my favorite part of that movie. To tell you the truth, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I knew we'd see Colin Farrell. I kind of thought it would be his run, but
we got this. Yeah, Colin Farrell playing the Tom Cruise Tropic Thunder role. Nobody knew it was him. Well, I guess everybody knew it was Tom Cruise, but nobody knew it was Colin Farrell.
Well, the rumor is that like in the Colin Farrell Penguin series is that we won't see Batman. We'll see Bruce Wayne, because apparently there is still potentially some like weird litigation tie-ups around Batman being in. Somebody else has the Batman in live action television rights that isn't HBO / Warner Brothers, and that's the reason why he's always like not really shown in the HBO / Warner Brothers controlled shit. Like, it's always like in a shadow, like Titans or
I mean, you saw like his costume on the ground or something. Like, it was real minimal.
Yeah, like I think there's some weird tie-up around rights that like you can't do Batman in live action on television because somebody else has control of that. I think maybe Fox still does, and then that kind of rolled into Disney. Technically has it now.
What did Fox have it for?
Because of Gotham and other shit related to that.
But they never showed him there.
They did. The last episode, you got him up on the rooftop, very briefly, but he was full Batman, full regalia, bat symbol, and everything. Like you saw him. So
that tied up the rights.
Yeah.
Wild.
Or at least it's what's speculated, because apparently from everybody who's behind the scenes, there's talks that like you only see what's the name's Bruce Wayne. You don't see his Batman in the series.
Okay. So I could buy that. I don't know. We're very Underworld focused.
We obviously Jason David Frank's final film, Legend of the White Dragon, to get a fall theatrical release. Just an update so people know when this is his last film role. So before his passing, obviously. So just to get it out there so people know.
Okay, Bat in the Sun production. I had a feeling like how did they get their hands on the Power Rangers rights to do shit like this? Like, or maybe because they're not making any money off. Well, no, theatrical release. So
I thought Saban would. Maybe Saban Films actually okayed it. I guess.
I mean, I guess maybe they blessed it. They're like, "Yo, give us like 50% of the profits. We'll let you put it out in theaters."
Oh. There's the owns Batman on TV. I guess.
Yep. So there it goes. And
that would go freaking wild.
And that would go through the Fox rights being in their control.
I don't know. I saw a terrible Saban film this week on Netflix, so I think he's just
they're all bad. I've never seen a good Saban film in my life.
Yeah,
so.
It's so for me it was not Jason David Frank. It was Ryan Philippine. He was doing Summit Fever or some shit about mountain climbing. It was terrible.
Oh yeah.
So we got this. We'll go on to this because this is Mr. Chris's topic. Victoria Alonzo departs Marvel Studios after nearly a 2-decade run. So let's fill us in of who, why, when, all the good stuff.
All right, so she is at her last title held as of today is the president of physical, post-production, VFX, and animation. Keywords being VFX. She basically was brought on initially on Iron Man, I think either 1 or 2. No, the first Iron Man. So she was brought on by the person who was right-hand man to Favreau on Iron Man 1 to handle the VFX stuff. and then she just kind of started doing more stuff, and so they gave her a co-producer credit. And then ultimately that led into the creation of the Marvel Studios, and at which point she worked her way into being in a president role there, from being there from ground one and being the one who orchestrated pretty much all the VFX for every single one of the Marvel movies, you know, from day one. I mean, before that, her credits included visual effects work on Shrek, Cats and Dogs, Darkness Falls, Big Fish, 51st Dates, Kingdom of Heaven. So notable films. And yeah, so she basically worked her way into co-producer credits going forward on Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and at which point she had made herself enough money to be able to get executive producer roles on everything going forward until you get to Wakanda Forever. And then also the stuff that came out this year or will be coming out this year as well. Basically, she had a reputation in Hollywood for being an absolute monster and also a kingmaker. So she was a nightmare apparently to work with. But if you somehow managed to stay in her good graces, you were like getting all the roles or all the opportunities from a VFX perspective in Hollywood because, you know, you had her blessing basically. And so like 2 months ago, a visual effects, you know, former Marvel employee basically wrote a scathing article about her as a vulture and was like, I will never work for them again. And specifically because of her, she's the core at the toxicness of like those unrealistic deadlines and all that type of shit. Like everything that like was wrong with the VFX situation at Marvel can directly be point towards her. And so maybe enough bad publicity that they were just like, we don't need for you to either step down or you will be removed type of situation. Like you can take which pick will allow you to get more jobs in the future. So
she got canceled for doing her job.
I mean, well, there's a certain thing between doing your job and being an asshole about it. Yeah. Like
you don't think the mouse wanted her to be an asshole?
I mean, the mouse probably wanted well, it's the whole, and I mean, I see it in my job is that there's people who got some shine from doing something right and then took it upon themselves to continue to do that thing, even though the company really didn't ask for you to do that. Like, yeah, they want you to come in on time and under budget, but there's other ways to accomplish that by giving more realistic timetables, like not asking, like having a spine and doing a little bit of pushback, because you see now, like they're, you know, Iger came back and was just like, nah, we're not doing any of that Star Wars movie shit. So get that out your head. That's done. We're not doing this. We're changing that. Like not being a yes man can make or yes man or yes woman can make all the difference in the world. But if you overpromise, underdeliver, and then you get in the room and you're just like, well, I need you guys to change this and have it done like last week, even though I just told you about it. Like, that's not realistic or sustainable, and nobody's going to want to work there. Like, the day and age of the company's always right is long since gone.
Yeah.
So, like, people can always go find jobs fucking elsewhere. So,
cool. Shout out to BB66. My man, look at that. $5. $4.99. Darkwing Duck. I mean, Batman. My man. Doing it up. Good stuff there. Next on the list, James Gunn officially directing Superman Legacy. So, I don't know much about Superman Legacy.
This seems like an interesting play, but I mean, if it's going to be his, if this is going to be your linchpin, I mean, I would have seen him doing like The Authority felt like what he would do, you know?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I think all the taking of the offbeat shit was because he had to. I think, you know, maybe he does want to shine in the notoriety of, like, you know, pinning one, or like being the person who pinned and directed one of the flagship, you know, characters of I mean, nobody's really ever done it right other than the very first one. So, I mean, who knows?
When I hear Legacy, that means the actual main character ain't gonna be in it.
No, I think it's supposed to be a younger version of him. I'm sorry, is somebody?
That's our man Rick Dodd.
He lives.
He lives.
What up? But so I mean, you don't think it's going to be pre-Superman? If you mean it Legacy?
No, it's going to be a young
writing,
Superman.
Right?
Is what Superman. They said.
You know, it's weird because it's Gunn doing. I mean, he's doing one of the driest characters there is, and dry, other than maybe a little dry humor or something, but other than that, for Gunn, that is definitely not what he's better known as. So that'll definitely be interesting, man. So
I mean, I think he can roll back the Gunness of himself a little bit. Like, I mean, let's be real about it. Like, to make a actually pretty solid Superman movie, like, it's funny, but if you point back to the early animation days, like if you go with like how the character was represented in both the Avengers, the Superman, like the Batman, the animated series spinoff that they did with Superman. If you do that type of characterization, there were moments of levity. It was funny. You had your type of seriousness. Like, if Gunn is a child of that generation, which he is, like if he uses that as kind of a somewhat of a framework of how to characterize Superman, I think he actually can pull it off without like overdoing the Gunness of it.
You're right. I mean, if you think of the animated things, a lot of times Superman in all the versions is kind of poking at Batman and, prodding him on things and getting a little bit under his gall, where Batman's the serious one. So, we're just so used to this dark, grumpy Superman. It's hard to wrap your heads around. Because, I mean, even the Superman, the Roth one, the Roth?
Brandon Roth.
Roth. I mean, that one was a little bit cheeky, not super cheeky, but he had a little bit of humor in it.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing his best Christopher Reeve's impression. Like that's really what that movie was.
It was, but I mean, even then, it was a little less. It wasn't as dark, where Superman's got the pressure of the entire world on his.
Yeah, I mean, Superman in Nero Days always had levity to it. I mean, you always had like the jokes. Christopher Reeves being doing pratfalls basically to really lean into the whole Clark Kent of it. I don't know. I think at this point, again, not being a super Snyderverse fan, like I have very little like expectations at this point. Like I'm going in being like, hey, I think he can do it. I mean, again, the guy started out his career doing trauma and shit like that, so he can't like go full on James Gunn. But if he gives us about 25% Gunness, like I think it can be funny. I think it can be endearing, turn your heartstrings, and make for an overall good Superman movie.
Well, I mean, if they aim to be where the MCU was at the very first years, a little bit of funny with some action there, they'd be great, because the MCU kind of lost its way and went too far, off the rails that way. And if you can maybe find where the DCU's been so far over here in the dark and gritty, and maybe get kind of somewhere in that pre-Avengers lane, or right in the Avengers lane, or somewhere between the Avengers lane and the old DC stuff, maybe that's the sweet spot. Give us a little action with not so much everything else.
Cool. That's all I got for news, my man. Unless anybody's got any other crazy news.
We haven't heard anybody else on the directors of any of the other stuff, right?
I don't believe so.
Not at this moment, no.
Right. I didn't think so, but
just who was writing, him writing certain stuff was really all that was announced. Again, don't know how Blue Beetle figures into all of this. Oh, I guess we can speak about, before we jump off of comic book news, we can talk about how poorly Shazam did over the weekend.
I didn't. You know what's funny? I want to see the movie, and I didn't even realize it released last weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, same. Like I completely forgot about it until I saw a review of it pop up on my podcast this morning. And I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot to do something."
What are the reviews saying? I know it only made like 30 million, but what were the actual reviews?
I mean, so far it's just like a lot of what I'm hearing is it's not as fun as the first one was,
which is a shame.
The story is super convoluted in comparison to the first movie, which is pretty much straightforward. Like, this is what's happening. And also more so, I think honestly, less of it being not that great of a movie is they pretty much set up the audience to be like, this shit don't matter, so you have no reason to go see it other than maybe you like Shazam.
Yeah, they kind of blew it up. But it's probably going to be the same thing as Aquaman is, Aquaman makes the theater. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's really what this type of, like, announcement from James Gunn does to you, leading, like, before these movies drop is, like, it does not matter. Like, Blue Beetle is the the decision is still out there whether or not that will matter. It has a lot more likelihood to continue forward. They spoiled the Wonder Woman reveal in one of the trailers that she's in there in this movie, so that got fucked up. It's like you've done everything possibly wrong that you can do wrong on this rollout. Like you removed any sense of urgency to see it because it ends here. You were the one worthwhile reveal of the movie. You spoiled that in the trailer. It's kind of one of those things where without it having one of the reviews made a good point about Creed 3, Ant-Man 3, and Avatar 2, other things like that. Like they're continuations of an ongoing trilogy of films. It has tied back to a pre-existing or a continuation of a greater universe. And without that, a middle of the road movie just isn't going to get asses in the seats.
No, and the shame of it is the first movie was pretty good. It had a good vibe. Honestly, if you take that first movie minus the Superman cameo, which wasn't truly a cameo, I would have been a great character to roll into James Gunn's universe. I mean, it's lighthearted a little bit. It's a little, wonky. He probably would have loved it. And now they've kind of fucked it. Honestly, probably The Rock fucked it up, but let's not go there. But, it would have probably fit more in the universe than anything else because it really isn't part of the Snyderverse stuff. It's kind of living on its own now. But I don't know. It's a character that doesn't have big name recognition. I don't know. I think I'd be just as fine seeing it on the small screen, honestly. It's not one like I gotta go. It'll probably be on HBO Max in 6 weeks. I'm more like I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, you brought up another good point. It will be on HBO in 45 days. So that's another reason why it's like, why the fuck go see it in theaters?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see John Wick 4 instead.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I would go see John Wick 4 over Suzanne.
So I don't know. It just is frustrating more than anything. It's a character that I wanted to see, and I feel like it kind of. I don't think they did it wrong. I just think it, got lost in the world.
I think the other thing too is you talked about John Wick 4. I'm blanking on the name. He just passed away from John Wick 4.
Lance.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna blow up John Wick 4 even more. You know what I'm saying? But
Rick, are you in the workshop, man?
I am. I'm cranking out some books.
Making some metal covers.
Oh, I got you, man. Hold on.
What you got there?
Bam.
Go, dude.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
How are you even doing that?
Jughead. How am I doing
Jughead.
it? I can't tell you my secrets, but
No, that's gorgeous though.
We got the wood.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
the wood I like.
A bad glare.
I just don't know. I don't
cool.
even comprehend how you're doing the other stuff. It's gorgeous though.
Yeah.
So those are the Jughead werewolf.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see the crown now. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's
A
beautiful.
little bit of glare.
Yeah. So these will be available at King Kong. Got a purple one too.
What the hell's that?
Sweet.
Yeah, what's King Kong?
It's a convention up in somewhere in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Far away
Yeah,
from
that's
most
what I'm
of
working
us.
on, man.
Gorgeous, man. I love it.
Well, I haven't been on in a while, so I had a chance to hop on. You're probably just gonna see my forehead for most of this, but
That's fine. Yeah.
So
working on some books.
I just have to ask a serious question. Does it start one color and you're making all the colors?
So I do two different types of books. I'll do like an etched book, and I'll do a printed book, which is I print on metal. So so
the werewolves are printed on metal.
Yeah, the one I just showed. These are actually printed on.
Okay. I was like, how the hell are you etching that? Sorry, I was very confused.
So this was a failed one, but this is a marbled brass that is actually etched. So there's like a base layer, and then my laser will take off the top, revealing the base layer.
Put a bullet hole in it. I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
Scribble out.
I meant to do that to the one I sent Dino.
Man, you know, I got the official not one. You know what I'm saying?
The official not one of one.
Not one of one.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna send it to
Fucked up
CGC.
one.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You got the Bizarro one.
Yeah, I'll send it to CGC and say fuck him. No,
I got that also. That this will never hit the streets. That was a failed copy. I got a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. So
very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Look at you. Good stuff. My man, you want to rock the market report? We can talk about all these books. I heard. I heard Z, you bought some foreigns. I heard from some people.
I bought some foreigns.
Yeah, you bought a from Chad Crow.
Oh, well, I did buy one. I did.
You know what? He said it to me. He goes, "You should buy this," and I said, "That's cool." And I just walked on it. And
you should have. He sent it to me at like 1:30 in the morning, and I passed on it. I looked at it for a minute, and I said, "Well, he sent it to me 45 minutes ago. He doesn't mean to buy it, so I bought it."
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. I figured I'd give him a shout out next week when it arrives.
Mm-hmm.
It is not here just yet.
Sick, though.
I deviated a little bit off the eBay. We have a couple books just to hit. Chris sent this because we were talking about AF-15 last week.
Yep.
So Heritage had one, $50K and some change.
That was tonight, actually.
Was that tonight?
Yep.
And that includes the buyer's premium. Damn.
Yeah, and that's $5,000 lower than the last sale, and just like $1,000 higher than the lowest sale this year.
So I was trying to look, and early 22 there was 5 or 6 sales trending in 75 to 80K with a top out of a 5.0 at 100K in June.
Oof.
So, I mean, it's tough.
Sign of the times.
Cold world out there, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just ran 20 auctions. I know.
I mean, I sold my Black Adam and I got beat up pretty hard. So it all got ugly. I'm gonna probably jump around a bit mentally just because of that. But this is the other barometer book in my mind. This is a little more common book. It is up a bit because it was trending. I think we had one as low as 34, 33 and change or something.
Yes, 30 and change with shipping.
Yeah, I mean there were some real low ones. So it's not falling completely out. But I mean, good God, the outside world is a disaster right now. So it's probably not the month to be flipping books if you can hold.
Yeah.
We all learned.
You said that last month. God damn it!
Yeah, so that it might be a few months. Here's a couple here that made me think what makes sense. Damn it! Do we not have? There it is. Okay, so 2 books, similar trajectories, and you guys tell me what you think. Werewolf by Night 9.0 sold for $2,700.
Yeah.
Look, I went back and tracked a couple years. A 9.0 back in early 2020, which was kind of the pre shit going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had it for $1,700. It topped out in 6 of 21 for $7,200. Trended back down to 27.
Damn.
I just
the
don't
other
think
book.
Anybody cares about Moon Knight anymore, man? Like
the other book you could play this game with, similar trajectory. Marvel Spotlight 8.5.
You're getting back to my age. Remember, I had an 8.5.
I had an 8.5. I sold it at not the peak, but I think I got over 5 for it. So in early 2020, you could have had this boy for 13.5.
Yep.
Mid 2021, 7,900. And now this one's 2,600.
Yeah.
In my head, Werewolf by Night still doesn't feel like a buy, but I'd be thinking about Ghost Rider in these price ranges. It's tempting.
It's funny that you mentioned that because, like, when I was flipping through and I saw your list for the market report, I just got done putting a list together of books I was going to take to WinterCon with me. And one of them is a White Pages 8.5 Ghost Rider first appearance. And I was just like looking at the prices to have them in hand when I show up to dealers, and I was just like, yeah, that book might be staying at home.
I don't think
it's one back in a box. He's like,
I don't think that's a one to sell right now. I mean, a lot of them, of all the books, this one feels like it hasn't been burst. It's dealing with market corrections and stuff, but if you've got something with a hype cycle left, this is it.
I mean, just nothing has happened with the character, and so there was a lot of hope that we were going to see something. I mean, there's still the rumors of the Mephisto special presentation series that's going to be coming out. But yeah, that still isn't necessarily Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I agree. And it could be anywhere.
Yeah, and you know what? To me, this book now, I'm definitely gonna start looking at Raws, because I think I don't know what it's gonna take to get back to those heights, but I mean, with the way Robbie Reyes is selling and things like that, I mean, I don't know. Again, this could be one where I'm jaded because I love the character. It's one of the greatest first appearance covers in the history of comics.
Sure.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm probably I don't know how many Raws are even finding out there that often, but I think this weekend maybe looking for a Raw or two of this. It's not the easiest book to find in grade, but it's not that tough a book to press. So
no, I think you could make some hits. I don't know if the dealers are going to have it priced as low as you want yet, but
I don't believe so. And probably not even though it's probably not a WonderCon, because it costs a lot of money to
get there.
Travel to Disneyland. So there's that, but there should be some competition. So we'll see.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's one I would be thinking about again. When I sold mine, it was too high price to not sell in my head. I was like, I gotta move it.
Yeah,
I would like to buy back in, but usually I end up being too cheap. So we'll see. I forgot to look up price on this one, so I apologize. But we had seen a 9.0 of this one last week cheap. $1,000 for 9.6 is a tempting buy too.
Yeah, fuck that.
I love this cover though. It's just
I'm just saying
Iron Fist
it can't get much colder.
Yeah, like Iron Fist was terrible on Netflix, but it's like Gambit, Iron Fist. I'm the guy with failed superheroes. That's me. Just bring it on.
I'm just saying a 9.6 is a pretty high fucking bar.
And I've got that 9.4 Mark Jewelers that's on eBay. I've been waiting for the bag on that thing, and I guess I waited way too fucking long.
All right, wait. Actually, another one. Do you want to spend $1,000 on first Iron Fist and 9.6 or this?
Okay.
What are you doing?
What? Oh my lord, dude! Who the fuck signed that? Jesus? What's going on here?
That's all I gotta say.
Someone wanted that bad.
Yeah, like I legit don't even recognize those things. That's got to be that. Is that Hitch? So it's got to be Hitch.
Hitch. It's got to be Hitch. I don't know who the other one is.
I get it. Stormwatch.
I don't know. I don't feel like Warren Ellis would have a sig that cool up there. We'll see.
It might be Ellis.
Could be a WE.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I got it. It was. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm doing it in the background.
Is it all three of
Warren
them?
Warren Ellis, and Brian Hitch.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I mean, still.
So I did figure it out.
Actually, another. I wish Paul was here. Another $1,000 book you could choose.
He probably
from.
bought that one.
See, that's cool. It's a 9.9 though.
That's not bad. I kind of like that for a big fan for $1,000 for that book.
I think it's a beautiful book. I just am saying, like, this is what else you can spend $1,000 on.
Right. Rather get a 9.8 for 400 with the same autograph, but whatever.
Yeah. I think this Underworld though had a lot of 9.9s more than it should have. It was a real cardstock book. I think they are not as uncommon as you would want. Let's see. I'm jumping everywhere, but that's all right. Metal Men. This was one that I wouldn't show usually, but a 6.0 is kind of getting in those really tough to find grades for this book.
Right.
You know, it's not as tough as like the we were talking first Bizarro the other day, but it is one you do not see in high grade often at all. It just looking at prices, what I see, it was about $400 2 years ago in this price, but it also sold for $800 somewhere in that range. So it's kind of back to where it was before everything went weird. Another $1,000 book, a little more than $1,000. You can have a quarter of a cover.
That's so stupid.
At that point, I'd almost prefer to pay less and not have any cover.
Dude, I had
It's
that.
not even his first appearance.
Well, you could. Hey, I don't know. It's almost entertaining how they still have Wolverine, and then you can see Wolverine.
Yeah, all right.
Like it's a combo. So what?
If you had another like quarter inch, so you could see his whole body. You'd be like, all right, I'm in.
That'd be another $1,000.
I mean, for me, I'd rather have my chocolate stained one than the 12. I mean,
dude,
it's like, shit, dude.
Yeah, like it was chocolate.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm sorry. I saw this one. I know one of these is yours, but I was perplexed by this. The 9.4 selling for $560 when a zero feedback raw sells for $600. Now it's single bid. Buy it now. Maybe the guy lost out on yours and said fuck it. I don't know.
Yeah, single bid or best offer, right?
I don't know. I didn't see the best offer. It could have been.
Dude, I've had that thing in a box for so long when it started to sell higher, and I'm talking like 2 years ago. I didn't even realize it wasn't on eBay until you started showing on the market report. And I was, right? And I was like, oh, because it's still in my and that happens sometimes. I literally forget that I pull something, but it's still in my alphabetical. My eBay shit is alphabetical. It's easy to find the stuff that actually.
Yeah, you gotta have your eBay shit alphabetical.
Yeah. So, so I looked at that and I was like, it's just been going up, and I was like, you know what? It's close enough to grade, and I think the grade's right. And I didn't expect anything higher than that. So that's the best I got. And I just got it back and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you freed up some cash.
Co-Hus, it's fine. I've had it forever. And it's one of those, since I ran 20 auctions, you like to run a few hot things with them, or at least I do. So just to, to get some eyes on shit.
And the guy I don't know. The guy who bought it for $600 was like, hey, maybe it's a 9.8, maybe it's worth it, a gamble, the zero feedback dude,
No, this guy has no idea what he's doing. That's all. The other guy caught his fish, dude.
Yeah, well, even if it looks 9.8 now, God knows how it's going to get to you. That's a whole nother journey.
Yeah. Mine will be fine. And if I don't remember. I think it's not packaged yet, so I didn't see who bought it. I did have a blast from the past win one of my auctions.
That's me.
So I'm writing a note.
Is it?
Okay.
That's back to the. I thought that's a comic book store by me.
Is Cuevas won one of my auctions?
Oh, nice. Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dude, I'll write him a little note once I get it packaged.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, he won that. He won that Strangers in Paradise.
Nice.
For too low of a price, but
oh yeah, he did. He stole that fucking book. I didn't realize that was yours.
Oh Christ!
Oh, he fucking stole it.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's pure. I paid $15 and then
right,
20. So
I saw it. And I went, God, that's cheap. Didn't Sean just have one? And I didn't even think it was
yeah, it's coming up. I didn't know. I didn't see.
No, I didn't take the picture. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Sean made it back with $1.79 more in shipping.
Damn.
Oh, for sure. Well, it depends where he's at because so I do with the shipping. I'll be honest. I do it by weight, and I've got to weight to get them just under 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So over 2 pounds or whatever. But the thing is, it's not calculated. So if I'm going East Coast, it's more like 13, maybe 13 and change.
Yeah.
But if I'm on this side, it's more like $9 or $10.
Yeah,
so I did quick math, and it averaged out like perfectly that my shipping got paid for. Except eBay actually takes their cut of your shipping price.
Yeah, fuck them.
So that's really insane.
I'm in the same
Lake
boat.
area, man.
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat. I don't do calculated either. I just, it fucks me if somebody buys it from California, but whatever.
Here's another raw versus graded.
Oh my god, my 9.6 went for like 900.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I had one of those up this weekend too. 9 something, and then none of them had gone under 1100. That's why I felt safe auctioning the 9.6.
I think everybody's fucking selling right now, man.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yep. It is a buyer's market if you are ready to buy, but I am not even sure it's time to buy just yet.
Well, I've been getting low ball. I mean, I don't have a lot of good fucking shit on there, but I've been getting low ball offers from people on eBay, like half the.
Which one you got there, Chris? Is that your 9.8?
Yeah.
Dude, JS Silver Janet has a lot of followers, but I'm gonna be quite honest with you. She's one of the few people I've returned books to for being fucking getting a fine plus listed it near me. So good luck.
Like I said, if I had a ton of dry powder, which I don't know, I get too distracted and spend it on random art and bullshit, so it's fine. I think you're getting close to the buy point, but I would give it a little bit longer, maybe.
Honestly, I think we're actually moving away from the buy point in this book. Well, yeah, because
not on this book. I just mean in general.
Oh yeah, in general, but this book and this book
Yes.
are not the books like you better buy right now because they're already starting to make an upturn. Like the reason that this is on my stack of one of like 4 that I have is because they're starting to make an upturn again. And it's because of what's happening in the Mandalorian. So spoiler alert for the Mandalorian. It seems to be that they are putting together the groundwork for getting back to Ahsoka. That maybe again, this is hardcore Star Wars speculation, but it maybe Thrawn might be potentially at the center of the the New Order or whatever the hell it's called, like coming to fruition, that he was part of that whole mechanism and thing like that, and that might be some of the driving force in the Ahsoka series. If nothing else, we know that he will be heavily featured in Ahsoka. Ahsoka's going to have her own series, releasing. They've already shot for it. They showed a bunch of the footage or some footage from it at the earlier this year at last year at Star Wars Celebration. So I think we're just that window for buying more Ahsoka is starting to close, and buying more Thrawn is starting to close.
Yeah, I think Star Wars is a slightly different window just because of where we're at with the show. You're right, but I was like speaking in the general market. I think it's got a little further to dip. Probably not as, I wouldn't wait forever, but you should be starting to think about it if you got some dry powder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed through a few things. Well, we could talk about this one. 9.0 versus this 9.6, man. That 9.0's feels like a high price on it versus the 9.6, but maybe I'm crazy.
Nah, that's low. I mean, compared to if we're still keeping like 2020, 2021 prices.
Well, I just mean on the if I'm edging a 9.8, 9.6, 9.2, 9.4, 9.0, it feels like the 9.0 is higher than I would want it to be, but maybe my brain's off on it. Rarity scale is maybe throwing it.
Yeah, I mean this book is super rare. So,
all right, couple pretty books just to share. Sorry, the picture sucks because the guy only took top picture, bottom picture, side pictures. This is a mini comic from 1933 from Kellogg's. Gorgeous book. I've grabbed a couple copies over time. I love it. Finally getting some of its due. I mean, you used to be able to pick these up for $40-$50. And now a 3.0 sold for almost $500. So that's great to see some of this Platinum Age books getting a little bit of love. Golden Age book that I am a big fan of that unfortunately sold and probably regret, but I'll buy it again someday. Not going up, but pretty cover. If you're going talking first appearance, great covers, that's one of them. I mean, you can't get more front center.
Was that painted? Is that a painted cover?
Yes. Yeah. Gorgeous. One more Golden Age cover for us. One of the kind of infamous falling ones, this junior comic. Nice one by Feldstein. Seems rather cheap, but I haven't had my mind on that book in a while. But pretty book. We actually just saw one of these last week, and I said they never came up, and somebody must have decided to sell it because they saw the price of the other one. But a 3.5, which we looked at last week, was about $1,900. This one sold for $17. Just a quick look at it. I mean, it looks to be in the low mid grade, so I don't think it's drastically off where it should be. But to see two of them right back to back is really obscure. So hopefully somebody that missed on the last one got this one.
They watched our podcast and was like, okay, time to sell.
Yeah. I had no idea that any copy of this would be worth money, but apparently it's a first edition, first printing of Smokey the Bear. $307 in my head. Every edition of Smokey the Bear comics is $1 bin fodder. But
Carter, you buying
if
it?
you find the first, it may be worth something. I mean,
you buying it, Carter? No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Carter's adding it to his look for list, though.
Dude, so they have the new Smokey the Bear billboard. So we saw the other day. I was driving in Southern California the other day, and he's fucking like just swole chest, 6-pack, right? And I'm like, wait, he's still a bear, right? Like they don't have to pull his pants up this high, but like he's still a bear. Like
this bear looks like
he's a man bear. He looks like a werewolf.
Yeah.
Hey,
maybe he hit the gym, man.
Maybe it's the billboard that brought the fire to this book, man. Somebody saw that billboard and said, "I need the first Smokey."
I'll take a fat bear against that fake swole bear, the freaking Metro billboard bear. Before I did, I'll take this guy, dude.
All right, a couple foreign sales. Well, I had this one. Another weird autograph book. I saw some Johnny Depp books sell. This one, and there was a Pirates of the Caribbean sold. I just hadn't never seen Johnny Depp sign books, so interesting. So the big foreign auction happened Tuesday. A couple books exceeded expectations. This one is, sorry for the picture, but when it's sold, it goes faded. Is the Brazilian edition of Action 242 exceeded previous sales, which I think there was a 5 that sold for like in the mid 500 range. So this was a good solid sale for it.
Is Ebal the publishing house? Okay,
yeah. This one felt like a steal. 3,700 for XMen 6.5 Stan Lee. Not very many copies signed by Stan, which usually is a $500 premium on its own. And this book in lower grades has been selling close to 1,000 a point, even for the Mexican edition. So somebody got a real solid deal here. So congrats to them. I did not bid on any of these because I was more watching the whole thing than anything else. The book that really blew things out of the water was this Indonesian Batman 1 cover. Everything's redrawn in Indonesia. They don't just copy things, but it's actually Batman 153. But it's got the Batman 1 cover. And I think this book, I don't know that I'd seen it sell for $1,000, or if it did, just a tad over. And this one hit almost 6. So somebody really just got jazzed on this book. Well, a couple people did, I guess. So that one blew out things. The real gut turner of this auction was this guy here. Second highest of the wedding issue. We had a sale of a beat ass copy to Heritage for $15K. International Comics sold a 6.5 for $35K. This one sold for $24,999. Interesting note that a lot of the foreign bidders who do not usually play in these auction houses found out is you cannot bid above $25K without being pre-approved. So a couple bidders that were frustrated that they had higher bids in but couldn't get bids. I don't think it was going to go drastically higher, but I think it probably wouldn't have went to 30 to 40 had that happened. But a tough lesson learned in the international market that they didn't read all the fine print. So whoever got this is probably fucking thrilled. The seller is probably less than thrilled, but also I know he paid less than $50 for it long ago, so he's probably okay too. And one more I want to just share just because we should. Yet another grading company popped up out of some fucking nowhere. Golden Grading, not to be confused with Golden Auction House. I did a little Googling because I had no idea what it is. It is a card grading company out of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, specializing in modern cards, and apparently comics is added to their list. I've never seen another one.
We're doing a spotlight. Seller spotlight time. Oh, no. Let's see.
Yeah, their label's they're not obtrusive at all.
So I don't even know what to say. It is a $3 grading fee if you're looking. So
I mean, did they just rip off Beckett's insignia? When I looked at that real fast when you were doing the little swipe over, I was that just looks like the Beckett logo.
Just look.
Beckett changed their logo now. It's a B with a star. It's terrible.
Yeah, it used to be that.
Geez.
Wow, it was a ripoff. I didn't totally miss that.
I'm not even a card dude. I was just like, that looks like Beckett from a distance.
Yeah, dude.
And it's you got to change 90% of it, I guess.
That's probably what they went for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw the book and I was like, what the hell is this abomination? Because I'm used to the Halo I've seen the, I don't don't know. There's 3 or 4 other ones, but I'd never seen Golden before.
Oh, free submissions, including those from whatnot, we charge shipping. I don't know what that means. Free submissions, I guess.
Wait, what's it that note?
Free submissions. I'm trying to get back there. Free submissions, including those from whatnot, would be charged shipping. I don't know what that means.
Maybe they were doing like
Do they have a deal with Whatnot?
I don't know.
Boy.
Sounds like somebody had a free submission situation with them.
So $7 you can for 60-day turnaround, 60 business day turnaround, $7. Express is $45 for 5 days. That's graded slab. Raw car, raw comic review.
So I think is that what we were looking at on the page was like a raw comic review? Because I didn't see it. There wasn't a grade on it. It was just like
so it's there's no points. You just get there's a 10 scale with no points in it.
Yeah, it's a card grading scale.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. This whole site's a shit show. I was digging.
How much they worth? I'm gonna buy them right now. Let's see. I'm just looking at things. How to submit? Do they have an interactive form? Is it paper? Online, download and print. Let's see what
We're
they
giving
download.
them more advertising than they probably deserve.
It doesn't matter. I need to see what's going on.
Let's get him on the show.
Yeah, right now. Open invite. Serial lookers. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm just looking to see if they actually have like decent stuff here. Is it like some kind of fly by night thing, or
could be the PGX guy moved and just rebranded and we don't know it.
Maybe.
So those slabs don't look solid like his. So
I just contact about. Well, let's go to
Baton
about.
Rouge is all I found.
Yeah, about 50 years of combined sports grading. I mean, what's your comic knowledge, bro?
None, man, none, bro.
Wow.
That's why he's got a
Send
10-point scale.
Send it. Okay.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna fucking crack all my 9/8s and get 10s.
Nice.
10s.
Yes.
Dude, I gave my friend's kid is Spider-Man, dude. I gave him a Spider-Man 1, the McFarlane silver, right? This is not 9.6, right? He doesn't know. It didn't come back 9.8. When I was like looking at the prices, I was like, happy birthday. Right? And he's like, oh, almost a 10. I was like, fuck you.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna buy this one.
A 10's like $4,000, you asshole.
10 with this bullshit label. Crack or 9.8 with this bullshit label and send it into Golden and get a 10, guys. This is a
they send you back venture. A new book. It's a 6.
Yeah, you get a 9.
Yeah, you get a 9.
All right, that's all I got.
No, they just send you back a different copy.
I just thought that was worth sharing because every time one of those weird slabs somewhere pops up, I feel I probably just need a list because there's got to be 8 companies now.
Do you guys have? I'm gonna look on their eBay and see if they have a. Or not eBay. I wonder if they have a golden grading slabs. Okay, interesting. They do. 612 followers. I have no association with golden grading slabs. I don't know. Interesting. Huh, I'm just looking to see if they had anything good on there. Like, interesting. Okay, go ahead, boys. Anything you guys got? I got to pick up. I'll go.
I do too, but I can go whenever.
I got to pick up. I got a question.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead. Okay, you want to go first? We'll answer your question too.
Okay. I came across a stack of foreign DCs, like I guess Silver Age, Bronze Age.
Navarro. Yeah, you scored that bitch.
Okay, so this was in the dollar sale, right?
Oh.
Okay, what the hell's going on? What is this? What are we talking about here?
Navarro.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the issue number in the Navarro series, but it's under the Batman run. It's going to be pretty close to the original printing date of the U.S. version, give or take 6 months to a year.
Okay.
I don't know the grade wise, but I mean, I've sold low mid grade copies in the $100 range.
Probably a 3 or a 2, 3 to 2.
I mean, you probably get $75 easy.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a deal. I mean, if you see other keys, they're worth grabbing.
Yeah,
the Mexicans sell pretty well.
They weren't. Yeah, they weren't bagged, and they smelled weird. So I didn't want to break it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say any of that, the Mexican stuff, the Navarro especially, you can kind of tell by the corner. They changed their logo in that corner quite often, just different years, different things. But most of those sell pretty well, and they generally run real close to when the originals. Now, less so when you get to the digest size stuff, because that's kind of like the late 80s. It goes to the small, like you see the digest Archies. Those are a little harder to sell. But if you get the full-size books, you might be fine. A handful of them print twice, but not most of them.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
You going back, Carter? Anything else in there that you saw was foreign at the dollar sale?
There was quite a bit, but it was like one of those. It was like a 1-day sale where they just kind of brought the books out and then kind of took them back out that night. So, all right, that's cool. And I came across this a little while ago.
Oh, you've been talking about that one.
Yeah, Gold Digger 2. Yeah, Gold Digger number 242. I guess you can consider this a Masters of the Universe cosplay cover.
I bought a handful, maybe either FOC or like right when it came out. And they were doing, and this is like, and was that 5 years ago or something or more?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, I thought
I think I sold. I probably still have one because I collect Motu, but so I think I sold the rest for like $20 or something, and I haven't run into anymore. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think the last one that sold for about 30. So
okay,
yeah, respectable.
Nice. Yeah.
Respectable. And we'll do some more next week.
Okay.
All right. Very nice.
Cool. I like it. Who's up next? Somebody? None.
Rick, you got anything else you wanted to share before?
Yeah, Rick.
I got a little.
I got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what Rick's got.
Pick this up on my comic shop. Frisky Fables.
Love those Halloween covers.
Volume 2, number 8. It's beat to hell, but it's a pretty hard book to find.
Are you using that clear backboard? Did I see? Is that what you got going on there? Very nice.
Comic Clear Supplies. I don't know if you guys have checked them out, but pretty big fan. I like them. They can show off my trash pretty easily. And I got My Romantic Adventures, number 97. It's
that's
a pretty brutal cover. The little bubble there says, "Know something, darling? I hate you." And so it's the precursor to him getting thrown in the fire, apparently. So,
I kind of want to get that and put it on a greeting card for my wife.
I got a court date to bring that to in 2 weeks.
I'll send it to you. You just send it back. Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
Oh god!
I haven't been buying books lately. Call me Carter. I've been buying VHS tapes. So
oh boy!
I did bring those to show off. Save that for tape.
You know what you need to do is get like thin, like you do. Send us the business cards. Get thin ones and just print a bunch of them for next year's Valentine's Day and send them out to the guys and see how it goes.
It'd be good. Yeah, and then of course we got this book coming out this weekend. So
gorgeous. I will say that.
Yeah.
I do not buy any variants, but that is a pretty one.
It's not too bad.
So you want to go or Z?
Actually, I do have 2 books I completely forgot about.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, so one is winning. I've been playing the Radzies game again, and actually like had a win for once. So
nice.
Look at you.
But because I thought I was going to potentially strike out, I was just like, "Fuck it! I'm just gonna buy something." So, like,
did you buy another one? Oh, nice.
Oh man.
Hey, if you're still a believer, that's all I need to know, man.
Honestly, I am. I mean,
I'm being serious.
Those characters really, they're there. Like, they're there. Whether or not we see the true, like, entitled Young Avengers, like, the characters are fucking there. They're, like, you don't spend that much time in Ant-Man 3 with that fucking character to not use all the ones we've now lined up to be the
or at least
future of Marvel. Yeah, so, I mean, and hell, I mean, again, the white Wizard World Los Angeles copy, I just brought down the average horribly on the last sale because somebody reached out to me. It was just like 700, and I was like 400, and then I immediately declined. I was like, all right, that might have been a little too low, and I came back to something a little bit more in the middle, and they were just like, fuck it, I'll take it, and that was the end of that.
I mean, like those are the books that probably are the right time to pick off, man.
Yeah, that is one I think that nobody's really paying attention to like they should be right now because there's so many other keys to be had at this point.
There's a lot of shit off the radar that has time. We're just you gotta sit down and think. You're right. You said you kind of came a hit list, and that's probably what we need to be doing. Is what's the stuff nobody talking about?
I got you up, Lady.
All right, real simple here. Shout out to Yeezy Yee, our boy Aaron.
Nice.
Just a 2022 tops update, but Julio Rodriguez, best you're gonna get out there. For
get another Raz I lost.
The only thing I bought these. I bought a good amount in the next one because I won this. So I basically bought this outright. If you include the losing Raz on the other, he gave me he threw in a Bowman 2022 just because he's my friend. So I got one pack. We'll open it real quick.
See what it is.
Let's see
101. I'm feeling that 101 hit.
It's already decent on the back.
Oh boy!
Nice.
But I don't. Oh.
Here comes the gold
we're going
vinyl.
with George Springer, Carlos Correa, Mitt Whitfield, Matt Burling, Shane Baz. We're gonna go on Junior San Quentin, Bowman first, Vil Marte, Robert Hassel, Bowman first, Martin Menez, and then we're gonna go with the Chrome Jason Dominguez to finish off the pack. There we go.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
There you go.
So anyway, it ended great. Thank you, bro. You actually did hook it up. So I got that Dominguez and the Bowman.
Easy is fucking hot on cards, dude.
He is, dude. He's the man. He's a magic
It is,
man.
dude. Yeah, he is.
I couldn't fucking grab a pack and it wouldn't give me gum in the damn thing.
What do you guys see?
All right, so I got a couple. Oh shit! Hold on. Spread too far. I got some framing back that I dropped off at Michael's on their 70% off sale. So I framed this. This is the Static Shock one. I went with the gold and the blue because it kind of matched the color scheme. Real happy with it. This was actually the cheapest art I've probably bought in a long, long time from a buddy of mine. It is the Phantomas number 240 cover. I just love the sci-fi vibe, and I'm telling you, the lady at Michael's kind of helped me pick out the border, and that green border just matching the robot made it pop. I am a huge fan of it. This is the one I did not have a couple weeks ago. It is the video game art from the Commodore 64 Sidewise, which is actually a cassette style game from the old days. But I paid up for it. I don't know why. It just had a vibe that I really, really liked. The airbrush art it kind of made me think of a game that the kids play, Jetpack, on their stupid iPhone. Yep. So I just decided I was going to go for it. And then in the background there, you can see my Duran Spider-Man art. I finally got it framed, so happy with that. And then I did buy, I kind of gave a homeless piece of art a good home. I had seen this piece listed on eBay for probably well over a year now. It is Bryfogel's original cover to Prime number 8 with Manta there. As you can see, whoever bought it folded it up. It's got lines in the middle and lines on the side here. Probably shoved it in a book or something. Probably paid nothing for it at the time because, well, it was Ultraverse art in 1994. It is beat and wrinkled. He had it listed at like $2,500 at one point. He just kept lowering and lowering and lowering and lowering, and finally at $200, I'm like, I will give it a home and appreciate it. It can match my number 5 up there, which is another one I'm happy about. So if you just wait it out, eventually you'll get a deal.
I went and I bought this in the UK. It finally shipped to me. Got it with Bahavik for setting it up. I bought it through him, kind of, or I paid for it, and he shipped it back from the UK to me. Royal Man was on strike for like 3 weeks. I bought this in the beginning of February. It came like 4 days ago, so I waited a month. With Captain Planet, because how sick is Captain Planet? We don't give.
Very nice.
So this is from page 2, Captain Planet number 10. I just liked it because it had the actual sequence that we all are familiar with.
Oh yeah, dude. That's if you're gonna get a page, that's a page to get out of the issues.
Yeah. So, I told my wife about this, and she was super thrilled about me buying Captain Planet original art, I guess. So, I don't think I get to sell this. So, I don't know. We'll see when the movie comes out.
Just wait for Michael's to go on sale again. Got yourself in $100. You get a frame. You move on.
Yeah, pretty much. I just don't know where to store. I got all this shit now. I mean, like you, I didn't know where to store it. I kind of.
She'll probably let you put that one on the wall outside.
Maybe I'll go upstairs. I highly doubt it goes upstairs.
Yeah, maybe it'll go on the stairs leading upstairs.
Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Halfway between.
Yeah, or maybe on the landing when you go down in the basement.
Yeah. Almost acceptable art.
So shout out to him. He hooked me up as usual. He's asked me, anything ever I need, no big deal. He was more worried about. It's funny. He's the nicest guy around. He was more worried about it making it safer than me. I'm like, I don't, it's cool, dude. Like, he's like, dude, I check every day if Royal Mail's open. I'm like, it's good, man. I'm just a chill guy. Dude. I'm not trying to be. Everybody's met me. It's like, whatever, man. If it's here, it's here.
Actually, side note, you want to talk about shipping issues? That piece of art I just had, the cheap one.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they didn't scan it at the post office. I printed. They didn't scan it. It's been missing for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Shows up. He had put it in a box the size of art thin.
Yeah.
Shipped it as like a flat 2 pieces of cardboard media fucking mail.
Oh,
no wonder they didn't fucking scan it.
This one came.
Not that they could damage it anymore.
He probably did it. You think he knew though? I don't think a lot of people know that that's like the fucking worst option. It's just cheap.
Yeah, I mean, he shipped it legitimately like that, media mail. I'm surprised they shipped it.
So they the thing I was worried about, it was super thin, and it was like all taped around the sides. So I was hoping I wouldn't cut the thing. I didn't know how big it was. Obviously I know it was 11 by 17. I just didn't want to slice the thing open in it.
Yeah,
so I was a little.
It's treacherous.
Yeah, they did 2 wraparounds too, so I couldn't like really knife it because I was like, am I gonna? But besides that, I mean, that was the only side hustle problem I had.
Welcome to the Original Art Club, Dino.
I know, I'm there. It's terrible. I go to Motor City in a couple of weeks, so maybe I'll buy some more if I can find it. I have joined Rick Dodd in the printing empire. I bought a 3D printer, so hopefully it comes in the next couple of days. We'll see what I can print with some things. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk after the show what I'm gonna do. The empire. No. We'll see. That's all I really got. Tape Edge dropped on Sunday, so if you didn't check them out, check them out. They dropped an episode on Sunday. Well, really, it was 2 Sundays ago, but I finally got around to do it. What else we got to talk about?
Con season. You mentioned it. WonderCon pops off this week. I'll be there late Wednesday night, all through Monday. So if you're in I don't even know what they're calling the team now anymore. It used to be the Experience Design Team. I think now it's called Registration again, as it once was like 10 years ago. But if you see me, come over, say what's up. I'll be there the whole time working with a couple of days off. So if you see me on the floor, come holler at me. So I'll be around.
Same. I'll be there. I'll be there. I get there Thursday, which there's not a con day. And then so I'll be there all day Friday. I know that there'll be Big Clutch making his return to Whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what time, 4 or 5 o'clock or something like that. So you'll see a Wanted Comics and Drew with the Big Clutch at Big Clutch's booth at that time. Not all sure what exactly what we're gonna do on that, but I'll be out and about. I'll be in there Saturday morning for sure. But I have to go to San Diego, so I'm only gonna be there Friday and Saturday. And so yeah. I'll be around. You could see if you see the Twin Towers walking around, Chris and I on Thursday. You'll know.
Yeah,
you won't miss them. I'm going to this small thing called Vintage Rad Fest. I'll bring it up. So it's the same place where the Motor City Comic Con is, but it's this weekend, I think. Totally Rad Fest. So this is interesting. I'm not expecting much, to be honest with you, so people can be like, "Oh, Gino, what are you doing?" Share this. So it's like you can buy like vintage clothing, vintage shoes. You seen this, Carter?
Yeah, that was at the IX Center. I want to say about a month ago.
How was it?
I was thinking about going, but I just figured it would just I just maybe find some comics or tapes or something like that. But I just figured it'd be a lot of clothes. That's what I figured.
Man, I need to get hype in this stuff. It looks like a lot of clothes. This kid got some Pokemon stuff. It looks like. It looks like a lot of clothes. So maybe I will join the Carter everyday shirt kind of every new shirt every podcast kind of deal.
Or maybe you need to find a new jacket to mix with the red.
Oh, good point. My wife will kill me, but good point. Good point. So it looks like a lot of clothes. So I mean,
yeah.
Hey, Garrett, what's up? No, what's this? Okay.
You never know what you find, man.
Yeah, so we'll see. Oh, look at this stuff, boys. There we go. Oh, I thought Star Wars stuff. Okay, maybe some toys in there. Okay.
You never know, man. People just set up at places.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Goodwill has vintage clothing, but it's not vintage clothing. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, Big Boss Man. Yeah, African Dream King. I like it. Oh, Carter. Hey, I'm watching Raw right now, so I can keep up for our April SummerSlam or our WrestleMania podcast. I'm on it.
That's what's up.
Okay, that's all we got. We'll check everybody later. We appreciate the man Rick Dodd over here.
Yeah,
showing
thanks
up.
For cameo.
Yeah,
good to see you. Know the whole crew.
Another 9 months.
Well, it's better than our other esteemed colleague who never shows up anymore.
Which one?
Not all of them, but
which
okay.
5?
Yeah, which 5, right?
If you guys are still looking for more comic content, I do think the On the Radar guys are going on soon too. So feel free to give them a watch if you're still.
Just got an alert. I think they're rocking. So
are they doing Rumble, Sean? Do you know? Is it Rumble?
I think they're doing both.
They're trying to do both.
Okay,
but they're trying to do one. One is more difficult than the other.
Okay.
You figure out which one that is.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll talk to everybody later. Deuces.
All right.